Oh, holy hand grenades, Batman. Okay. So I had to do research. Had I not looked this up, and I don't know how people in the Steam community, and I don't know how those on YouTube found this out, but there's one more trophy. That's not what I'm talking about. It's the White Shift trophy. It's the hardest thing to get in this game, and it's the most obscure way to get something in this game. This is ridiculous. This is one of those, I'm going to put in something so obscure that it makes the player feel like they found something hidden in a game type of thing. And this is unreal. So without further ado, let's see if I can pull this off. You actually need a stopwatch for this. So let's go and let's continue. Oh my goodness. All right. So what we need to do, we need to go to Woodland Ridge. Now I don't know if I'm going to be able to pull these things off without a hitch the first time. We need to go ahead and we need to get blue shifted. And the thing about these endings are that you need to just upshift through everything. So you go ahead, boom, you get your blue shift, right? You go ahead, you run, quote unquote run, boom, bam, we're in the blue shift. Now from the blue shift,
let's get back to the job at hand.
we need to now
Very concerned.
we need to go back to the woodlands.
So where should we begin? What do you remember?
And we need to go ahead, run through here. Boop. And we need to get green shifted. So run, like we did before. L1 button if you're playing on PlayStation 4. Run through the room. Oh my god. Boom. And then we run through here one more time. Bye-yow. And we are green shifted. Oh, it's wonderful. We're green shifted.
Sometimes I get concerned that false memories are being planted
What
in your
I
mind.
do want to do is I want to show you some of the things that I missed on the green shift because I was so tired and I just wanted to be done with it. Once you're, green shifted, that's it. You're green shifted. So, come over here. There's a recording we can listen to.
The instabilities observed in 558F had ultimately destabilized the field containment, and terminate the entire program. The field frequencies observed and recorded in Function 2 were destabilizing when overlapping with the anomalous points in the simulation. This issue will need to be addressed if we expect to stabilize the field.
Okay. That's a recording that plays that is absolutely weird. Then you come over here and you see these pamphlets for the Chrysalis Foundation. Change becomes you. You see an email on your computer screen addressed to Alex. You can go ahead and you can freeze the video there if you want to see it. You look down and Alex is one of the people on the name. Or one of the names on the sheet. You see the Chrysalis pamphlets on the ground. I think we already looked at these. There's more Chrysalis pamphlets over here. And let me think is there something in here? That may be a thing, I don't know. But we see the Chrysalis pamphlets in here. So we can leave here. Boom. Still green shifted. Wonderful.
Let's get back to the job at hand.
And you'll see more Chrysalis stuff in the apartment. Now, here is where you're going to want to take out your stopwatch. What you need to do is you need to load up the terrace. As soon as the terrace is loaded up,
to be honest,
you need to hit your stopwatch because you're going to time it for 1 minute and 1 second on the dot. And I'll explain as we go. So here, boom. Okay, so I got my stopwatch started.
Sometimes repressed memories are the
most significant.
Let's get back to the job at hand.
So we're going to want to come in here and you can do whatever. You can see there's a book there. That's weird. You come over and you see a chrysalis pamphlet, and if you flip to the nighttime by looking at the clock, you'll be able to see the chrysalis pamphlet open and flipped onto its back. So here I'm at about 35, 36, 37 seconds. At a minute and 1 second, you're going to open this drawer, and then we're going to move to the bedroom. So I'm about at 45 seconds, and I'm nervous. I'm nervous just like the people on the video was, because these are timestamps that were found that you need to be pretty precise on to get it. So 8, 9, 1, 1, boom. Okay, so now I'm gonna run in here. And now remember that nail that I was looking at, this one right here on the wall? Well, we need to wait until 2 minutes and 16 seconds, a whole minute and 15 seconds after you load up the program to zoom in on this thing. And if I get it right, I'm at a minute 30 now. If I get it right, we will have white shifted, and I hope that I can get this on the first try. I hope I did it right. If not, it's not that bad. We can reset it from the computer and go about our business. This is the first time I'm trying this. So I'm at a minute 50. I feel nervous. And you can look around the room, you can do whatever you want, but I feel a little more comfortable being that this is my first time trying this, to be right here. Okay, I just hit 2 minutes. And it's a whole minute 15 seconds, but for me it is just more convenient to just leave the timer running and go to 16. So 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, zoom, and I'm gonna hold it. I was off. Daggone it. I was off. Okay, that's fine. I can redo it. From what I've heard, this technique is kind of hit or miss. And
you are doing so much better than before.
It's a little hard to reproduce it, but okay, so we have Terrace Drive, right? We're gonna load it up. Boom, I'm gonna hit it. All right, so now...
Perhaps I should give you another psychological survey.
Nah, I'm good.
What do you think of that?
As we are green shifted, just gotta stand over here and wait for a minute and 1 second. I hit it a little bit early on this one, maybe a half second earlier, because maybe I was a half second late. It all goes from when the program, the program actually loads up, which kind of sucks because the game doesn't have an in-game timer. So if you didn't know that it was extremely time specific, it would suck. All right, so I'm at 55 seconds now. 8, 9, 1. Whoa, okay. Opened it up, turned around, running in here. I haven't zoomed on anything yet. I don't think that matters, but I want to try and center this as much as I can. And then ride out to about a minute 16. I got roughly about a minute, and hopefully I can get this white shifted. If not, I'll take a break and then I'll cut back to when I actually get it to white shift. Hopefully I can just have it white shifted so that we can look around and do whatever we need to do to get the white shift ending. But I'm nervous. I'm nervous. Minute 50. I'm nervous. But I've seen it work. I've seen it work twice. Well, I only saw it work once. Some other guy just actually cut to it when he was white shifted, which is kind of weird. 13, 14, 15. All right, I guess. Yeah, I guess I have to. Guess I have to go ahead and jump cut. So we'll jump cut to when, I actually can pull it off. So it may be a little quiet leading up to it, but we'll jump cut when I can actually pull it off. Okay, I'm done. I'm done. I'm done with this game. 40 minutes. I've been doing this fucking thing for 40 goddamn minutes. I've looked up walkthroughs. I've seen multiple, and by multiple, I meant all of 2 people do it. The white shift, where you wait some obscure amount of time, 1 minute and 1 second, and then you pull some obscure draw, the one in the living room, and then you saunter into this room, you stare at a hole in the damn wall for a whole nother 1 minute and 15 seconds after you've pulled the drawer in the other room. So it should take, theoretically, in total, 2 minutes and 16 seconds. I've seen people pull it off without a hitch, and I just can't seem to do it. I can't seem to do it. But regardless, I'm going to say my piece about this because I've done things in the past, and I don't doubt that if I sat here and wasted my damn life for another, maybe like 4 or 5 hours, yeah, I'd get it. But Nilo Studios, this is a piss poor mechanic. I mean, I can understand people who give obscure trophies for pulling off some crazy feat in the game, like a 900,000 hit combo. I could see it for people entering random codes into a computer. I can see it for people who, maybe they pulled that drawer and they did it like 3 times, and they did that drawer in there like 8 times, and then they zoomed in on the picture on the front ground, and then they zoomed in like 5 times on the hole in the wall, and bam, you did it. But that's a combo of things. To have specific timestamps without a counter, without an in-game counter anywhere, makes this damn near impossible for a majority of the players of your game. Why would you even add an element like that if you ever hope for a gaming community to come together and try and piece together whatever it is you think you're doing? This doesn't make sense. I'd give you a pass on the green shift because you had to figure out how to run. It was in a run button that you didn't disclose. Whatever, it's an in-game mechanic. Eventually, if you went over all the buttons, even though I did, you might eventually figure it out. Okay, I get it. But this white shift, what it does is you could go on, you could find other people who do the white shift. It pops up some picture of some nerdy looking kid in glasses, and then you go out and you walk through the door, and oh my god, you walk into the ether a 4th time, and then you get your white shift trophy. But that's not, no. This isn't good. This is not a good game mechanic. This is not a good trophy. I mean, if you've gotten the trophy, congratulations. I could not fucking get it if my life depended on it. I spent 40 minutes. I spent a half an hour in silence with nothing on but the people who actually managed to pull this damn thing off over and over again. And the worst part about it is it's a time sink. If you don't do it, that's 3 minutes down. Because you gotta hit, you gotta go out, you gotta wait till this phases out, then you gotta run all the way back to the console, then you gotta turn around, and you gotta reset your stopwatch, and you gotta hit this, and you gotta come down, and you gotta wait till that turns on. It's already 2 minutes and 16 seconds total to get it all done. But then you just do it over and over again. After a while, it just doesn't
This all seems
feel
very confusing.
fucking worth it. There's no consistency. None whatsoever. I don't know if it's going by the in-game clock. I don't know if it goes by my stopwatch. If I'm a split second off, it doesn't count something somewhere. They talk about a blip that's supposed to be somewhere, and it's not. I don't hear it.
You were in there for almost
There's no
2
indication
hours.
that you reached the first milestone. You know, I can understand if you do this, right? And you come in, and at a minute and 1 second, you come over here, you pull the drawer out, and you hear a ding or you hear a bell. You go, okay, cool. There's the bell. Once I pull it out, now all I have to do is wait a minute and 15 seconds for this. There's no indication. You're just going off of gut feeling that hopefully I didn't screw it up in the beginning. Come on, Nalo Studios. No. And this is the problem that I have with video games. And it's been mostly indie games. I'd say a 2-to-1 ratio of indie games where in the game the ball is dropped right at the end. It's like you have a fantastic game. Oh my God, you have a fantastic game running up to the end. And then there's some bullshit mechanic that's thrown in there at the very end, has been introduced the entire part of the game, is crucial to get the full story of the game that has no narrative, and it's behind a wall of an unreliable at best mechanic. That's not cool. And none of the people have said, wow, this was a really good mechanic. Wow, they did a really good job. This studio, you know, they killed it. They nailed it on this. No. Most of the people have been like, thank God I was able to pull it off. Thank God for the people somewhere else who figured this crap out. They don't say crap. Who figured this out, and I was able to do it. Most of the people, they're smiling because they were able to pull it off, not because this was a clever mechanic. So, hey, you know what, Nalo Studios? I'll give it to you. If I was going to rate this game, your game,
this is all a very good sign.
You know, I'm gonna go somewhere else.
There are certain things I can help you with.
I'm going to Woodland Ridge.
Memories are your own.
I'm gonna go somewhere pleasant. I'm gonna be in a happy space while I talk to the game developers, while I talk to the game producers. Nalo Studios, you have a beautiful game. It's aesthetically pleasing. It's absolutely wonderful. You know, it's an immersive experience. It reminds me of the Stanley Parable, and it has elements of PT. It doesn't get old. You don't dwell on the title screen like some other games do. You make the game fun. You make it interesting. You make it inclusive. It's not just a walking simulator, as much as people would like to say it is. It's not. It's more than that. It's more of an interactive journey that you take. And I liked your game. I really did like it. But you dropped the damn ball right at the goal line. You ran 100 yards and you fumbled at the 99-yard line. And I don't know why you did it with that damn last mechanic. First off, I don't know how the people figured out that it was supposed to be those exact times when they did. And second off, like, why? Why even? Why even do that? That's having something obscure for the sake of having something obscure. That's not like, oh, you go to the green shift, then you go back here, there's a Chrysalis pamphlet here. There's a Chrysalis pamphlet here. Oh shoot, the Chrysalis pamphlets, they lead up to someplace else. Or in the recording said something like 101, 115. Something obscure like that. That would have made way more sense. But this, nah, B. Y'all fucked up right at the end. This game would have gotten from me a 9 out of 10. 9.5 out of 10. Oh God, it was beautiful. Voice acting was beautiful. The environment was beautiful. The ambience was beautiful. It's not a indie horror. It's not horror. You know, I wasn't scared. It was thrilling, yes, but I wasn't scared. But 9.5. Right now, because of this bullshit that you pulled at the end, for no apparent reason other than shits and giggles from a developer's perspective, I can only give this a 7. 7 out of 10. You drop from a 9.5 to a 7. Poor mechanics. Poor game mechanics right there at the end. And it's a shame because it's a wonderful game. I was planning on giving this game 5 stars. 5 full stars right there on the PlayStation Network. I can only give you 3. In good conscience, I can only give you 3, and I think that's being generous. If I give you like 2 3/4, that'd be more accurate because of this. You know, I can't finish your game because it's locked behind a mechanic, a broken mechanic, a mechanic that's not regulated. You know, so going forward in the future for your future installments, because I'm eager to see what you have in store for the rest of your chapters. But don't do this shit. Don't do this. And I hope the Steam community has let you know that this is absolute bullshit so you won't do it again. Because you mar a good story with bad game mechanics. And that's all. You know. Fix your in-game mechanics, score the touchdown, don't fumble at the last minute, don't add something that you pulled out of your ass at the last minute just for shits and giggles, and keep everything else the same, and you'll have a crazy game. You'll have a wonderful game. You'll have a game that, or your studio will be climbing up to the likes of Telltale Games as far as like storytelling and immersive game design, and you will have definitely kind of surpassed them as far as graphics. So you guys are on the right track. You guys are on the right track. Just stop cherry picking. Stop cherry picking. Stop playing with your dingleberries right at the end. Stick to what you got. Make the clues obscure, if anything, so that there's a justifiable reason to do what you do at the end. Don't make it almost seem random, and don't leave it up to chance, because it seems like it's largely up to chance. Instead of random number generators, you're leaving up to human error. And human error matched up with computer timing, that's like a recipe for failure. Too much. So much so that it's discouraging. So, alright. That was my 12-minute rant about a 40-minute endeavor that was absolutely fruitless. But we're here. And we're looking at these greened out trees and this lush background, this beautiful ambience. Obviously, the music is fantastic. But I hate to end it on a sour note, but, you know, que sera, I guess. You're the second game. Your second game that's done that. I think the first one was In the Dark or something like that. I played it, and I damn near cursed out developers then too, because they introduced a mechanic in the last level that was bullshit. And it was a smooth game up to that point. Anything that was my fault, I could say, hey, it was my fault. I need to get better as a gamer. But not this. Not this. Wasted too much of my life that I wish I could get back. I had things to do today. And wasted on a fruitless endeavor. So that always feels good. So, thank you so much for joining me. If you liked it, mash that like button like there's no tomorrow and share the video with the world. Hit me up on Facebook. Hit me up on Twitter. Do you think I was fair? In my final assessment of this game, do you think I was fair? Regarding the game overall, regarding the last minute addition of this particular mechanic, of locking a trophy behind something that's left up to random number generators and or human error, or a combination of the both. You know, let me know what you think about my judgment, my assessment of this game, the rating I gave it, and let me know what you think about games that do that in general. Would you prefer games that did that, leaving the last little piece of the story out, locked behind that sort of wall in the game? Or would you prefer it to be a little bit more conventional in forcing the player to put together clues to figure out what they need to do next? And I'm the Outlier, and I will see you all in the next video.